So here what we're going to do is in one of the fields there for our contact details, you could put in a string to actually have a URL, say they have a photo out on MySpace or something like that. You can actually kind of link them up. So it will actually pull the photo in. So when you see your voicemail, it will pull the photo in. If you have any on your local, you can just put it to a local string, you know, a local, basically just, yeah. Then it will basically just pull out the contact photo, and we're going to go ahead and display this into a data grid right now. So once again, we're setting up the Ribbit request. We're logging in and doing the Ribbit server connected. We're going to go ahead and get our user summary again. We want to check out our contacts loaded. So basically after our user summary has loaded, the first thing we want to do is actually find out how many contacts we have so we can load up all of them. And once they've actually been loaded, we'll actually go ahead and handle that into a function. Call logs are a little bit more detail about the voicemails, missed calls, and information like that. So here we go. We go ahead and log in and do a handle server connected. Right after that, we're going to go ahead and do our request get user summary down here to get all of our information. Once we've actually done our get user summary, we're actually going to find out how many voicemails we actually have. So we're going to just find out our max voicemails. We want to get our contact count. So first thing we need to do is figure out how many contacts we have, and then to display a photo, we're going to need to kind of loop through some of those numbers. So we're going to call a request.getContacts. And basically we're going to just start with 0, and we're going to go to how many contacts we have. So we're actually going to be loading in all of our contacts with their URL or string to their photo that we've actually stored in our contacts. So once our contacts have been loaded, we'll call the handle contacts loaded event or function. Sorry, this mouse is not going. Where are we? Okay, so from here, we're just going to stuff all the contacts into an array. And from there, we're actually going to do another call to get all of our voicemails now. And what we want to do is loop through. One of the things that we need to do with our all voicemails, where is it? Sorry. So yeah, so basically we have our load all voicemails here. And once we've done that, it will actually call our get call logs loaded. Coming back to us, we'll handle this by doing a call list loaded function. Sorry, this this mouse is dying or something. So our call list loaded here. Basically, we're now going to take all of our voicemails and stuff that into an array collection. So we have an array collection of our contacts and an array collection of our voicemails. And so now we need a separate function to go ahead and pull all that information together and provide that for a data provider and push that into a data grid itself. So right here, basically what we're going to do is we're going to set a message list, which is going to be our data provider for our data grid down below. And we're going to loop through our voicemail list, and we're going to go ahead and get all the information out of there, separated as a new item. We're going to take the phone number. One thing that we need to do with the phone number is actually put the dash marks back in, because once you add a contact with the number and it gets stored on the server, it automatically gets formatted that way. So now we need to turn around and an incoming call or a voicemail actually gets stored in unformatted. So we need to go ahead and do a little function in here to go ahead and format that with the dashes so it finds it. So we go ahead and look at the new caller phone number. We add the dashes, display it there, and Next, we're going to loop through our contacts here and actually find that phone number, and we're just going to try and find a match. Now, the contacts can actually have multiple phone numbers. They can have a mobile phone, they can have a business phone, a work phone, different things. So we need to actually take the contact numbers that's passed to us in an array and loop through those. And so down here, we're actually just going to take the contact numbers and look to see if it actually matches up with our phone number. If it does, we can actually pull out the photo URL that is right here and display the photo. If not, we have actually a default image right now. I think before we were actually talking a little bit about binding. So the message list down here, right here, is bindable. So on the data grid, we can actually say data provider equals the message list, and that's binded down here. Okay, so data provider is our message list. So once the message list is set, it will automatically be populated to our data grid there. So let's kind of check that out. Huh?
What will happen for the behavior if it was not set?
It just, there's nothing there. There's nothing in the data grid. Or if you set it not as bindable, then it won't ever go to, it doesn't really set it to the data provider, and you're setting the bindable with the brackets around it. So it's listening for that. If you don't set it to bindable up top, then it will just never find it. And so nothing will ever happen. Yeah, sure.
You gonna run that?
Yep.
And this is the voice, the contact phone voicemail?
Yeah. All right, we'll let the open ID.
You can do it. Yeah, you can do
All right.
it yourself. In this order. Oh, right. You can do it yourself with the external interface.
That's right. Do that, yeah. You can share that library too, or sell it.
So actually what happened here was in my contacts, I have a link to my local drive, a picture on my local drive. And so that's not here on Chuck's computer. But we do have, yeah, we do have a.
So what does the ID indicate? The first one?
The ID is actually just the voicemail ID itself. So you may, yeah, exactly. Yeah.